If you are still playing Madden 18 Ultimate Team and need coins, be sure to hit up MrMuttCoin.com. Use code Ryan50 at checkout for 50% additional coins added onto your order. So the last couple of videos that we did here were, before we did the expose video of the person pretending to be Ivy Sky, we were going through the top 5 players in every single position for MUT 19. Talking about all the core elites, and that is what we're back doing here. I did have a little bit of a hiatus, and not because I was just lazy. There was actually a pretty, I'm not going to say like serious issue, but a pretty big issue going on with my dad with his stomach. So if you guys know who Brock Lesnar is, if you guys remember the disease that Brock Lesnar had that pretty much put him on his ass and made him not be able to compete at a high level, or compete at all, for that matter, in UFC, diverticulitis. That is currently what my dad is going through, not to the level of Brock Lesnar. My dad is not an athlete, obviously. He does not compete in the UFC or any other major sporting events, but with people that go through that disease, for the most part, it is easily manageable, but for a guy like Brock Lesnar, obviously, it is completely horrible because he cannot do what he needs to do to train. So just imagine having horrible stomach pain, not being able to hold down any sort of food, like solid food. You have to pretty much go on a liquid diet and get it all cleared out of your system and get the inflammation down. He's been going through that pretty much every day, and it's been really hard to like get things out that I want to get out, but I just want to give you guys a little bit of update on what was going on. So we do have the top 5 tight ends here in Madden 19 Ultimate Team, and the first one we're going to go over here is 86 overall, Delanie Walker, and obviously Delanie Walker from my favorite Tennessee Titans. Guys that just missed out on the cut here are going to be guys like Evan Engram, Jimmy Graham, guys that, probably should be on the list, but I wanted to just do a top 5 and get it out of the way. I think Jimmy Graham, while not having a super good season last year, he still did put up a bunch of touchdowns, and I do think that he's going to have a very good season there in Green Bay. So I think he'll probably be up there in and around the 86 to 85 range to start off, and then he'll definitely get more and more better cards that you can be sure of as time goes on. Evan Engram is another guy that had a pretty good rookie season, and he's just going to keep getting better and better. So guys like that, I have right on the cusp, but not exactly there. So for Delanie Walker, obviously, if you guys know, Delanie Walker is one of the best dual threat tight ends in the NFL, not only being able to run block, but he can also receive the ball very, very well. And I think, in terms of who I think you should get right at the beginning of the year for a tight end, if Delanie Walker is affordable, go for it. Unless you're a guy that throws your tight end every single play and you need a guy like Rob Gronkowski, Travis Kelce, someone like that, Delanie Walker will be perfect for you. You could even play Delanie at wide receiver because he can actually block on the outsides if you're trying to do an outside run, and definitely he'll be one of the better tight ends in the game and the get-go. Moving on ahead, we have 87 overall Greg Olson. Now, Greg Olson is coming off of an injury, and a lot of people were really expecting him to come back and play really well, but he had a setback, and he really wasn't able to get back on the field the way that the Panthers wanted him to, and that's not discrediting how good he is. Greg Olson, when healthy, is one of the best tight ends in the game, and he has a quarterback that absolutely loves to throw it to him. Obviously, the Carolina Panthers do not have a lot of threats in the receiving game, so Greg Olson, fully back healthy, I think his MUT card will be an 87 overall, and I think he's going to be very good in mostly everything to do with receiving the ball. Maybe not so great at run blocking, but at the end of the day, you either pick one that can run block really well, one that can receive very well, or one that can do it all for you. And Greg Olson's not one that could do it all, but if you only need him to receive the ball, then he is definitely going to be a great card to start off with. Next up, we have 88 overall Zach Ertz. Now, Zach Ertz burst onto the scene here in Philly for the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, and he put up a very, very good year. And I think they're going to reward him, obviously, for the great season with an 88 overall, making him the 3rd best tight end in the game. And, what do I think Zach Ertz is going to be good at in the game? Pretty much a mix of everything. I don't think anywhere he's going to be better than anybody else. Like, there's going to be someone better than him at receiving. There's going to be someone better than him at blocking. But he's more so like a very good security blanket in terms of, like, I think he'll be like a top-end tight end that you can rely on, but he's not going to do anything like super, super good for your team, if that kind of makes sense. Like, you could throw the ball to him, he'll catch the ball, he might get a big time play here and there, but it's not going to be like super consistent. The only thing that he's going to be consistent at is making catches downfield, and you know, he probably won't have a lot of run after the catch ability, but we'll see what they do with Zach Ertz. Next up, we do have 89 overall Travis Kelce. Now, this is where we're going to start getting into the top 2 guys that are going to be able to be doing it all for you. Travis Kelce is probably, in some people's minds, going to be the best tight end in Madden 19, because I think he's going to bring a very good mix of great speed, amazing height, great catching, route running short, medium, and deep. I think Travis Kelce does it all in terms of being a receiving tight end, a great red zone threat. I think he's going to be amazing in Madden 19 Ultimate Team. So definitely, if you're able to get your hands on one, at least try it out a couple of games and see, you know, what he's going for on the auction house, because he might be worth keeping for a while. I know he's going to be probably going for a lot, maybe 200, 300K, but just keep in mind, you know, this is probably going to be one of the best tight ends for at least a couple of weeks to months in Madden 19 Ultimate Team, depending on if there's a legend tight end at the beginning of the year. Next up, obviously, last but not certainly least, is Rob Gronkowski of the New England Patriots. Now, Rob Gronkowski, again, just like Travis Kelce, pretty much a Mr. Do-It-All. The thing that Rob Gronk is going to be way better than Kelce at, and probably slightly better than Delanie Walker, is going to be the run blocking. Not only is he going to be able to be an elite threat in the end zone, an elite threat pretty much anywhere on the field. The only thing I think is going to be a little bit of a downside is he's not going to be fast. They never really give Rob Gronkowski really great speed in MUT. I think he'll have like 77 to 80 speed to start off in Madden 19. But I think he's going to be amazing at everything, like high 90s and route running short, medium, and possibly even deep. Very good catching traffic, very good spec catch on Rob Gronkowski. I think he's going to be, in a lot of people's eyes, the best tight end in the game, but I think Travis Kelce, if you break it all down in terms of what he can do for your team, I think he might be a bit better, but we'll see how that works out. Rob Gronkowski is always usually super good in Madden to begin with. Just not a lot of people end up having him because he's like 600K, 500, 600K. Very rare. Not many people have him, and I think that's going to be the exact same case here. You won't see him on the auction house very often at all. Maybe a handful of people will have him day one, and then maybe only a couple of hundred of people will have him in the first week or two. So definitely, if you're able to get your hands on Rob Gronkowski, try him out, man. Just try him out. See how you like him. His auction house price is not going to go down significantly. Just try him out. Get your opponent all flustered to the fact that you have Rob Gronkowski. Maybe pair him up with Tom Brady if you're lucky, and get some W's online. So if you guys want to see top 5 I think we're going to do top 5 offensive linemen, not just like offensive tackles or centers or anything like that. Just top 5 offensive linemen in Madden 19, and then we'll move on to defense until we get some official word and see how correct we were with these predictions. If you guys did enjoy the video, please go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know your top 5 tight ends you would like to see in Madden 19 Ultimate Team, rated how you want them. Definitely, it would be nice to hear your feedback, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.